In this video, I will share 5 more reasons why Finland is awesome and why you should definitely consider moving here either to study or to work. What's up guys and welcome back to the channel. If this is the first time we are meeting, my name is Oliver and I'm a master's student in economics at Aalto University in Finland. And on this channel we talk about education and early career development, specifically here in Finland. So if you are new here, do consider subscribing. So the first reason for why Finland is awesome is because of the great overall quality of life that we enjoy here. The Social Progress Index of 2020 ranks Finland as third best country in the world when it comes to quality of life. According to the index, Finland scores high on almost every category from basic human needs and well-being to personal opportunities and freedom. Not only do we have a great education system guaranteeing equal opportunities for all citizens regardless of their or their parents' backgrounds, but we also enjoy a bunch of other public services that increase the quality of life for everyone. In addition to the usual suspects like education and public healthcare, I think it's important to note that Finland is also a great place in terms of personal freedom, inclusiveness, and the freedom of the press, environment, and, for example, personal safety. There's actually way too many things to list here, but all of these things amount to a very high general quality of life. While all of the aforementioned things are true, I think what summarizes the Finnish quality of life the best is the fact that things simply work here. This applies to small day-to-day things like the ease of use of the public transportation and, for example, the way that we organize recycling. But this is also true in terms of bigger things in life, like the way taxes are filed or how childcare is organized. Having spoken to a large amount of expats and immigrants coming from around the world, the most common argument for why they like Finland is actually because things work as they are supposed to. Yes, we pay high taxes here, but what we get in return is a well-functioning society which allows you to pursue your aspirations without having to worry about things like access to healthcare or other things that we really consider as basic rights for all citizens. The next reason to move to Finland is pretty close to the first one, and it's the fact that Finland consistently ranks as one of the happiest countries in the world. As a matter of fact, the latest World Happiness Report ranks Finland as the #1 happiest country in the world, closely followed by Denmark, Switzerland, Iceland, and Norway. So then, what actually makes Finnish people exceptionally satisfied with their lives? Well, according to the WHR, the most prominent explanations include things like reliable and extensive welfare benefits, low corruption, and a well-functioning democratic system, as well as good state institutions. In addition, Nordic citizens experience a high sense of autonomy and freedom, as well as high levels of social trust towards each other and the society in general. So while these things are presented as the key explanations for the overall happiness in Finland, as well as in other Nordic countries as well, I actually find something else that the WHR reported even more interesting. In their special chapter called Nordic Exceptionalism, the WHR looked into some of the more popular reasons that people tend to lean towards when they challenge and try to debunk the level of happiness in the Nordics. Some of the common arguments that people use when they argue that Finnish people can't really be that happy are the fact that we have a bad climate, including the long and dark winters, in addition to the perceived high suicide rates. Many people also say that, of course, the Nordic people are happy because they have small and homogeneous populations that have no racial or cultural tensions. So while these arguments are based on some level of truth, the WHR actually finds that these things don't have much impact on the overall happiness of the Nordic citizens. In their report, WHR notes that things that are taken often as facts, for example, the perceived high suicide rates or the homogeneous populations, are actually based on outdated information or wrong assumptions. For example, current models show that Nordic suicide rates are actually not that especially high compared to the rest of Europe. The report goes into a lot of detail in debunking these arguments, and I really recommend that you read it yourself because it's a really interesting read. I have a link to the report in the description box below. Also, one more important thing about the WHR report. According to the results, Finland ranks in the top 4 countries, together with Denmark, Norway, and Iceland, in terms of happiness of immigrants. So the report notes that one of the most likely reasons for this is the high quality of governmental institutions and their role in the Nordic countries in general. Since these institutions serve all people living within these countries, including immigrants, the positive impact they have also extends to those immigrating to these countries as well. So yeah, Finland is a happy place, even though the winter is a bit dark. Anyways, the next reason to move to Finland is the large amount of innovation that is happening in different institutions and companies, both in the private and the public sectors. So Finland has always been a country of technology and engineers, and most of our export actually consists of technological products. In addition, during the last 10 years, Finland has seen a massive surge in entrepreneurship and startups, and nowadays Finland actually hosts the biggest and most important startup events in the world. No matter whether you are an entrepreneur looking to build a business, a student wanting to study innovation and technology, or an expat looking to work with tech-heavy industries, there are limitless opportunities for you in Finland. In addition to the potential career opportunities, technology is in the heart of the Finnish day-to-day life. Starting from the digitalization of our public transit systems to the really well-built digital banking services, Finland is miles ahead of many other Western countries in integrating smart technological solutions, not only in the private sector, but also with public services. It's really hard to explain this in more detail because most of these solutions solve small day-to-day things that you don't really think about before you notice how darn difficult they are in some other countries. Talking about innovation and technology, let's take a second to pay the bills and thank today's sponsor, which is Aalto University. So Aalto University is the #1 ranking university in Finland in the fields of technology, business, and arts and design, and it also ranks 3rd in Europe and 9th in the entire world in the QS Top 50 Under 50 rankings. I've personally done both my bachelor's and master's degrees at Aalto, and I really recommend that you consider applying there for your bachelor's or master's degrees. They have a large amount of super interesting degrees taught in English, and the application period for Aalto master's degrees is open until January 4th. Also, the next application period for Aalto University bachelor's degrees starts in January, so make sure to check them out as well. More information about the different degree programs and how to apply can be found through the links in the description box below. So the next reason for you to consider moving to Finland is the fact that Finland is one of the cleanest countries in the world. Not only do we have the cleanest air in the world, making Finland a safe haven for people who come from countries or cities where the air quality has been compromised by pollution, but we Finns also like to keep our environment and cities clean as well. When you walk the streets, especially in larger cities, it is very rare to see trash lying around. Even in general European standards, our streets are actually kept very clean, not only because of our efficient waste management and sorting systems, but also because of a cultural unwritten rule that people should not litter and cause damage to their environment. I will guarantee that you will get a lot of dirty looks and even some carefully chosen words from passers-by if you throw your trash on the ground. However, what is impressive even in our own standards is the fact that the efficiency of our waste management system functions even in the most remote places. For example, if you go for a hike in one of the Finnish national parks in Lapland, at best hundreds of kilometers into the wilderness where no maintenance roads even exist, you can still find waste collection bins that allow you to sort out mixed waste from bio, metal, plastics, and other rubbish. These remote locations are maintained by Metsähallitus, which is the government branch taking care of our forests and national parks. Having an efficient national waste collection system and a culture that promotes tidiness and individual responsibility towards our collective environment really makes Finland one of the cleanest countries in the world. Again, as a great segue, the next reason for you to move to Finland is because of the beautiful nature. So when people think about Finland and its nature, they often think of the pristine snow-covered hills and trees in Lapland, but in reality, Finland has so much more to offer. For example, Finland is sometimes called the land of the thousand lakes, but funny enough, this moniker is actually an understatement because Finland has in total over 180,000 lakes across the country. Many Finnish families have their summer cottages built next to or close to one of these thousands of lakes, and we really like enjoying time swimming and sailing in these freshwater bodies. In addition to the Finnish lake country, it is noteworthy that Finland is covered with forests, with almost 75% of the entire country being covered in them. Wherever you are, you can always find beautiful and pristine forest paths that offer lovely walks, starting from short trips with your dog up to week-long hikes in the wilderness. And of course, I cannot make a video about this topic without mentioning the gorgeous Finnish archipelago and coastline. So the Finnish coast is full of these beautiful islands that you can visit, especially during the summer, using a network of small commercial boats or public ferries. This is especially true in Helsinki, where you can enjoy the coastline in so many different ways, from ferry trips to walking along the lovely walkways next to the water. However, in addition to Helsinki, other places like the southernmost city of Finland called Hanko offer beautiful coastal sceneries. In Hanko specifically, you can find a unique combination of long sandy beaches with bare coastal cliffs from where you have a clear view to the Gulf of Finland. Hanko is often considered as the Riviera of Finland, and it's a popular summer location specifically because of these long and shallow beaches where you can bathe and swim all day long. Finally, I naturally have to mention Lapland. So no matter whether you're visiting Lapland during the winter, summer, or autumn, the landscapes in Lapland have something to offer for everyone. From the pristine, snowy landscapes during the winter to the fall colors in the fells, the nature in Lapland is absolutely lovely, and it offers a range of different activities around the year. Talking of which, with the 40 different national parks around the country, you have limitless opportunities to enjoy the different Finnish landscapes, either by hiking, cycling, canoeing, or optionally with snowmobiles or other motorized vehicles. So yeah, Finland has a lot to offer in terms of the nature, and I really recommend that you take everything out of it during your stay here. Anyways, next up I recommend that you watch this video for more reasons to move to Finland, and this entire playlist where I go through things that you need to know before you actually move here. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.